Hello, this is Candy Coleman back to you. No makeup Saturday. I just washed my hair. I put a color in it. I got conditioner in it. I'm still going to wear it in its natural state so we can make sure that it won't continue to shed and so your hair can take a break from all of the flat ironing and different things like this. So this is just a wash and go. I got leave-in conditioner. I put a permanent red color on it. And I also followed it up with a rinse because it was had hot roots. The roots was lighter than the rest of them because you're supposed to apply your color at the ends first and then go back in the roots, but I did it opposite. But because I knew I was going to put a rinse on it to kind of tone it down, and so it's a little light, but what I did to even the color is put some gel on there, and so it's going to look like the rest of it. So I do that until it starts growing out. But this is not a hair video. As you can see, the boxes are back there. We were packing when we first started to think about moving into a house. Before the pre-approval and everything, we was packing by faith. People come over and see, because I do hair on the side, not in the salon. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I've been for about 11 to 12 years. And they said, well, are you moving? Did you find a place? I said, yeah, we are moving. We don't know where we're moving at, but we are packing by faith. And it has been a journey. It's not over with yet, but I want to do this video while we in the process, because a lot of people don't tell you about the process. They tell you about the beginning and they tell you about the end, but they do not mention the process. Well, we are in the middle of it. We are in the heartbeat of it, and it is a process. And we are in the underwriting stage, the conditioning underwriting stage. If you want to know the meaning of that, Google it like I did. But it's still a part of the loan. The conditioning stage is to fine-tooth everything, dot every I, cross every T, explain everything that you have already explained. But we are in that phase. And when I tell you that it is stressful, that it is, you get anxiety, you get overwhelming, and, you know, you are anxious, you're hopeful, you go through all these emotions. Meanwhile, you are, your spiritual man is trying to put your natural man under subjection, you know, so it can override your emotions and your feelings and what you want to go through. You know, there's times we want to give up. There's times we like forget it. There's times we want to cuss the loan officer off. There's times we want to talk to the underwriting, you know, even though that's not the right thing to do. That's not the characteristics of Jesus. That's not a child of God. But I'm telling you, to keep it all the way real, that's what you go through. It's not an easy process. At least it's not for some and us. You know, so it is something that just, you know, it just takes you through. And then while you going through, you asking God, what is the lesson you want me to learn? You reading scriptures, you standing on faith. You know, people are giving you the word that it's going to come to pass. And you are in the heartbeat of it. If you in a heartbeat of something and you waiting on something specific and you already going through the process, but you're waiting, I want to encourage you to keep on waiting. Ask God what the lesson is you have to learn in this, because he wanted to get something out of you. He wants you to grow from this. He wants you to move forward in the lessons that you're going to learn while you are in the waiting process. Ask the Lord, what do you want me to do? Okay. When I asked him, he said, get the focus off of you and put it on somebody else. So that's what, you know, I've been doing with the best way that I can do, you know, still confessing the promises of God, standing, fasting, praying, giving, sowing. And, you know, I know that the Lord is going to release a closing date in the name of Jesus. And I'm just telling you to hold on. If it's for your children, if it's for your family, if it's for a coworker, if it's for in the spiritual realm, if it's for in the natural realm, whatever it is, because we can be on the brink of a breakthrough and we just give up. So I want to encourage you to hold on and be strong. Okay, remember the last video that I made before I was going to work? I told you that we needed to prove that we had the funds available, and the we didn't have the original statement, bank statement, because it didn't come out until the end of the month. Today is the 9th. Okay, so the last thing they told us to do is to write a letter to see why my husband's overtime fluctuates, you know, why is it going down? So we had to get a letter from his HR, and then we had to prove that we have some more funds. They requesting some more funds. He said, you don't have to have this for the closing, but the underwriter want to know that you have this in the bank. Okay, for whatever reason. He said they doing everything fine-tuned because they get audited on loans, and they want to make sure that they are legit and everything is into play. And so we was like, okay, we understand it a little bit better, but it's still very frustrating, to say the least. And so the HR wrote a letter. He got it, which was this week. And so I'm in an apartment. I have to pay rent. You know what I'm saying? So I won't get kicked out. I won't have an eviction notice waiting for them to give us a closing date, because we don't know where it be. We still have to have a place to live. So we have to pay rent. So now we have less funds that we need to prove that we have the funds for the down payment, because yes, we do have to pay a down payment. Okay. So we said, you're going to have to wait till we get paid again, which is coming up Friday. And then we can show that we have the funds in there. And I pray that this is the end. Okay. So I just wanted to do an update. But I tell you one thing. I want to give a shout out to Pastor Rhoda Hunter, Prophetess Pastor Rhoda Hunter. She is with Fresh Wind Ministries. She's been, I'm not a part of the church, but she started a church recently, and she's at the YMCA on 10th and Chestnut, or 9th and Chestnut, on Sundays and every other Friday. Okay, so she's been emailing me, texting me, reminding me that there's prayer, because I got so much on my mind. Sometimes I don't even know what time and day it is. But she texted me, and when she texted me, I said, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I need a release. I need a word. I need something from the Lord. So I'm going to get it. And so I went to the prayer meeting, and we all came out. When I say the power of God fell in that place, it fell. And some stuff lifted off of me that was deep down rooted, and all the things that I carry on a daily basis, it lifted. And I feel so much better today. I really do. I feel so much better. And I just want to thank the Lord through this process. I give you the praise, I give you the honor, and I give you the glory. I have been through a lot in my life. I did some things that I was not proud of. And I did not just give up on life and say this is the end, you know, and I just kept going, even with my brokenness, even with falling into sin, even with, you know, a failed marriage, even with all the stuff that I'm going through or went through. I still didn't lose hope. I still didn't lose my faith. My soul refused to die. That's why I love Take Me to the King, because it says your soul refuses to die. And I do appreciate that. So I just want to tell you,